is starting to fade away. And that is the most dangerous thing, for the elites and for the cabal. And we knew that this time would come. For most of you, you've probably, you've known this for many years. But now the collectives are catching up. And so we are truly in the time where we are starting to see the perceptions shift. And it cannot be stopped. It is a snowball that is just going to continue. And remember that we've often shared this, and many of you know this, that the only way that the dark could really function, because of the nature of the free will aspect on this planet, that the cabal basically always had to put things in plain sight, and they had to give some sort of nugget of truth, even if the rest was lies, right? Because then they can say, well, we did tell you the truth, or the truth was out there, the truth was in your face, it was very obvious, and you consented to it. And you didn't say anything, you allowed it. And now they can't do that anymore. So what this does is this breaks open the dam of truth, because that's always been what we've been fighting for. Yes, there's a lot of people that have woken up to disclosure, but there were so many people that hadn't. And that's why we talk about the different waves of ascension. We could only push so much information onto the collective, right? And I think that's why we all got frustrated. It was like, the truth is right there. We're telling you, it's all right there. All you have to do is research or look at it or, feel into it. But they couldn't get it. And we were all getting frustrated of like, why aren't these deep sleepers getting it? And the truth was that their consciousness wasn't ready for it, And when the consciousness is ready, you begin to see things differently. So all of the second wavers who woke up during like the disclosure process of the last couple of years, they were destined to wake up during that time, right? That's what triggered their awakening. For the deep sleepers, it was always that they had to come to it on their own terms. They had to have the experience of awakening, just like we all did. So I know that there's been a lot of frustration with like, how do we wake more people up? And the truth was that we did all we could. We have pushed so much truth and energy out there. We just had to trust and allow their process of finally coming to see the truth. It's kind of like, we've all had this experience, I feel, probably in our lives where I can say, I think relationships are always the biggest examples. All of us, I think, have probably been in this position at one point or another where maybe you're in a relationship with someone and maybe your family doesn't particularly like them. Maybe your friends don't like them. Maybe there's just like everybody's kind of like telling you like, hey, this person like doesn't really seem like they are, a great fit for you. Like other people are noticing red flags, but you're in it. Right? You're in it and you're emotionally invested in it. And so, and we kind of go through this thing where we get defensive and we're like, no, what are you talking about? That's not true. I know them so well, like, blah, blah, blah. And we kind of defend the person, right? And then usually there's a breaking point where all of a sudden we see that person for who they truly are. But before that, we weren't ready to hear the truth. We weren't ready to see the red flags that were right in front of us. So we ignored them. So we defended them. So we were in denial about them. And that's what the deep sleepers are going through. They've been in a relationship and they're deeply invested in their relationship to illusion. And there's no forcing the breakup, right, between you and illusion. It has to come from internally. But we are seeing that. I was watching a TikTok.